we can't really start this one very excited, can we? Some of you might have seen that I posted a photo of myself on Instagram recently crying because I broke up with, well, I didn't do the breaking up. It was a mutual decision. But I'm no longer in my relationship of 4.5 years.
It's quite a shock, really.
Yeah, it's been a massive shock. A month ago, I was not prepared, like I wanted to get married. I was excited about having kids, like in the next year or so. Yeah, I thought I had my life sorted, and I thought that me and my partner were going to be together forever. But I'd been ignoring some quite big things in my relationship. I don't know why I was ignoring them, really.
You didn't know they were there. Didn't know they existed.
Yeah, I did, but then at the same time, I thought that they were going to change. I think that was the biggest thing, is that I constantly thought as soon as my partner becomes happier, gets a better situation at work, it will change the relationship. It will like reinvigorate the relationship and everything will get better again. We basically came to an agreement that things probably weren't going to change, and it all started with this little couples therapy session that I made up for us to do.
Dangerous. Don't self-therapize necessarily, guys.
Well,
get a professional.
I think the exercise was actually really good in a way.
I was gonna say it resulted in this.
It brought up like some really big questions, and we're now in a situation where we can move on to the next chapter of our lives and move on with everything. The thing came up because it was all about love languages. Basically, I wasn't being loved in the way that I needed in a relationship. So I came up with this exercise where we would look at our love languages and like talk about what we needed and what we wanted in the relationship, and it just brought up like so many other things, like does he support what I do and what does that mean? I felt very unsupported in the relationship, like he didn't necessarily watch any of these videos or he never listened to our podcast, really small things like that. If he had listened to every single episode, that would have felt so nice.
Yeah, like, you know, he's your biggest fan. That's what you want from a partner.
What you need.
Someone to be proud of what you do and to like show other people and to talk about you in that, like, look at how amazing my partner is.
But it was kind of the opposite of that. Like, he didn't really like what we did, and he's a very private person, and it made him feel uncomfortable and actually put a lot of pressure on our sex life and gave him performance anxiety.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's done the same with my partner. It's not, you're not the only one, and it's kind of good that you managed to sort of get all this out in the open. And yes, we can blame it on like a silly therapy exercise, but your relationship wasn't strong enough or wasn't there. It seemed like the right time.
Yes. And biggest thing and the most probably important thing to me was that we weren't really having sex. We were having sex probably once or twice every 5 weeks. Yeah. Or it could go for longer.
Yeah, and we've talked about this hell of a lot because long relationships, it is hard to have sex.
I think that's why I accepted it as like, oh, we're just in a long relationship and this happens. People don't have sex as often.
Yeah, but it wasn't just that.
And I think I put a lot of pressure on my partner for all these things that I wanted in the future by doing that, and I was kind of ignoring the fact that he maybe wasn't as into it as I was.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself as well. You did so much, you know, you've been to therapy, you did a lot of research into how you could make this work.
I was willing to fight for our relationship, even just before when we were having the conversation which ended up in us breaking up. I was sitting there thinking, okay, well, if he's willing to work on this, then I'm here to work on this because I think we've got something special.
Yeah, like not even just couples therapy, which is amazing, but like actually just sitting down and spending time and talking about it and communicating and being honest.
I guess we discovered that we were going to need like a lot of time, and like relationships do need time, and my partner wasn't really willing to put the time in because he wanted to focus on his work and his career, and he felt like by putting time into our relationship he was going to be sacrificing his work,
which is also, you know, could be seen as a bit of an escapism as well. When somebody's more focused on their work is because they're not necessarily enjoying what's going on in the relationship at the time.
I think it sort of come to a head that he was avoiding me quite a lot, which is really hard. Even though it was a mutual decision to break up, it was kind of because of reasons like that, like, oh, he doesn't want to have sex with me, he avoids me, he goes out drinking instead of seeing me, he never tries to do anything nice with me, he doesn't plan any dates.
Well, like no affection really.
One of the reasons why we decided to break up is because we could see that there was going to be a continuous problem in our relationship, even if we did get married, even if we did have kids, and we just basically wanted to make a decision to make sure we didn't have this disastrous thing happen in the future.
Yeah, marriage and children are not the answer to fix a relationship. Jesus Christ, no. If anything, they'll put way more strain on the situation.
Oh my god, my dad said to me when I was talking to him about this situation, he was like, you know, like, do you think having kids would change it?
Oh my days!
No!
That's such like an old-fashioned view. I was really worried, well, when this was all sort of unraveling, because knowing you and knowing how you felt about the relationship and what you wanted for the future, because you planned so hard for the future, I was terrified that this was going to be like a huge heartbreak. Yeah, exactly. Break you. You were going to be lost and distraught. And the way that you've handled it has been a real like pleasant surprise.
I think probably one of the reasons why it's been so easy is because we do what we do.
Yeah.
And we talk to people about this sort of stuff all the time,
constantly.
and we have learned so much, which is probably why it's so much easier for me. And
it's never going to be easy, a breakup. It's always going to be hard.
Also, we were living together, so we've been living together for 4 years. I think also makes you kind of ignore a lot of problems in your relationship because...
or overlook them.
So we broke up last Saturday and I was hysterically crying, actually. I could not stop. During the whole conversation, I had tears and tears and tears. And then when I got home, because we actually had this conversation in a pub.
Fuck, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
I know.
But then again, it maybe have been worse if you were at home.
It made things calmer in a way. I realised like how much I was losing. Like I was losing this person that I see every single day of my life. Really hit me hard straight away. He was kind of avoiding me, even though like that night he like, I really had to like ask him, I was like, come and like sit with me and I just need a cuddle.
Yeah.
You know that sort of crying where you can't breathe, you're crying so much?
Like hyperventilating.
Like literally hyperventilating. I was crying so much just like on his chest. And like every time I tried to say something, it would just like build more tears. I was like, but I don't know what I'm gonna do without you.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily like you feel like that now, but it's just an initial emotional like what the fuck, like it's like brain vomit, isn't it?
Yeah. Then on Sunday he was working, so I was by myself, but I decided that I was gonna move out. Even though I love our flat, I decided I was gonna move out and stay with my mum for a bit because I could see how emotional I was getting, like just being with him still and like seeing all the memories of the flat, and it was too hard to stay there. Pretty much the night of the breakup I was like, I need an exit plan.
Yeah, which I think's the best thing you could have done. You did also go numb for a while as well. It was like a self-protection method where like even though you were completely emotionally exhausted, you just shut off and you're like, I don't know how to feel about it anymore, which is a, you know, it's like a brain defense mechanism.
That's what I started feeling when I got home. On my way down to Brighton, I was crying the whole way on the train. I avoided everyone's eye contact because if someone had said something to me, I would have just bawled and it would be probably have gone to the hyperventilating stage again. And also, as you can probably still hear, I got extremely ill. My immune system completely shut down. Literally, I had the worst cold.
Being emotionally exhausted weakens your immune system anyway, and then on top of that, crying and breathing and like, you know, your throat gets really raw and you've got like tear ducts going. It is easy for infections to just pop in and say fuck you.
Getting away was probably like the best thing I could have ever done.
Massively. And I don't know if you're doing it now, but a lot of the time it's the stalking and the messaging and staying in contact with somebody.
Lucky that my partner doesn't use social media.
Yeah.
We have actually kept in contact. I've probably spoken to him every day to check in, but not in a way that's like, oh my god, what are we doing? Like blah blah blah. I think I felt like that maybe the first day I was back in Brighton. I messaged him saying like, I miss you so much, this is so hard.
Did it make you feel better messaging him something like that?
Yeah. Just because I needed that like realization from both of us. And like our breakup has been so amicable.
Yeah.
Like we're still like really good friends. We care about each other. We've been checking in on each other. Yeah, by the end of this week, so it's been like a little bit more than a week now, and I'm feeling so much better.
Yeah.
I cried it all out.
Yeah. Get over
I really did. I think I cried for probably 3 or 4 days straight. I was more prepared than most people probably would have been from a breakup because I was on my own a lot in this relationship. Even though I'm saying that I'm okay now, like I still have like little moments of like feelings like bubbling up. You're just like, you get tears again. There are going to be moments like that, and that's okay.
Yeah, you've accepted it, but that's the hardest part, is accepting the fact that you are going to feel shit rather than you're just going to think you keep getting better and better.
One thing that I've been really confused about is that like when you start to feel okay again, it feels wrong.
Yeah, the guilt.
And you feel guilty. Yeah, you're like, oh, am I not supposed to be grieving this 4.5-year relationship that I was deeply obsessed with and in like longer? Like, what's happening?
We spoke about this on our podcast last week, Madam Storm, talking about like when is it okay to have sex with somebody new, and she was basically like, whenever you feel ready. There shouldn't be any kind of time zone apart from just making sure that you're cautious about, you know, your ex's feelings. Like, if you don't think they'll care, then they won't care, but if you want to be careful about it, like, it's true, because it is, you know, it's your body, it's your mind when you feel ready.
For me, distractions are welcome. Like, I've spoken to a couple of people and that's helped me kind of move on. And also because I wasn't having that much sex in my relationship, I feel almost like I deserve. I feel like I deserve to go out and have some sex and have good sex. Not that I have already, but
like enjoy yourself.
I know that I have a massive thing with rejection now. This relationship has given me a problem with rejection because I was rejected so much for sex.
So has there been anything that's helped you through this breakup that you can share with someone else that might be going through the same thing?
Oh my god, and I know there are so many other people going through the same thing. One of my tips is to talk to people. Don't isolate yourself.
Yeah.
That would have been the worst thing that I could have done. And like, even being down in Brighton, like, it did feel a bit isolated, and like I just wanted attention all the time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be talking to people, and
you deserve attention. And also, like, you don't want to be left with your own thoughts, because they can be the worst for us.
Yeah.
You know, it's not necessarily what you've gone through, it's what, like, how you treat yourself and beat yourself up about it afterwards.
Although, having said that, I think the time that I have had by myself has given me a lot of time to accept what's happened. I didn't want to accept it at the beginning. I was like, wait, this isn't happening. This is a nightmare. No, what the fuck? No, this isn't, no.
It's like denial, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's you're never going to be able to heal if you deny it.
Acceptance. And that was one of Russell Brand's tips as well.
Good old Russell.
I watched a Russell Brand video. Yeah. I know that it's going to get better. It does feel really, like, weird though. It feels like I'm starting again. Which is hard as well, because I'm nearly 29. Well, next year I'm 29, and I was planning to have kids when I was 29 and 30. So like, starting afresh is a really big deal for me. Another one of Russell Brand's tips was you can't control other people.
Oh, that's so true. Literally everything in the world is out of your control apart from your thoughts and your actions.
Yeah, so you can't control how someone else is going to deal with this breakup, what they're going to do, what they're going to say. I thought that my partner was going to want to fight for this, but he said no, and that was a shock.
Yeah, that is hard to hear, but it's also might have been the easiest solution for you guys. It was the easiest solution, because instead of waiting for years trying to fix this and then still potentially coming to the same conclusion, it's like over and done with, and trying to make things as easy as for you both as possible also means you're not burning any bridges. Like, who knows what the future has to hold?
We did not have the same rhythm. We were two people on completely different rhythms. We couldn't even dance together. Like, when we tried to dance together, we couldn't, because our rhythms were off. But anyway, you can't invest your well-being in another person. Basically, you can't think that your life is going to be what you want it to be because of another person.
And on top of that, like, mental health, like, all well-being. And when you've got bad mental health, or when you're down, you're depressed, you almost waiting for the other person to save you and to fix things. And the only person that can do that is yourself. Mental health is like a real fucking killer when it comes to relationships, and it can make things so much harder. Like,
I think at the end of the day, because it's only you that can fix yourself, having them there, yes, it's nice, but maybe this space is what you actually needed at the time.
Learning to let go so you can move on.
And it's way harder to do than you would think. Especially when you're still living with someone.
Oh my goodness,
You know what I've been finding really hard to accept? The fact that my status is now single.
It's such a shit word. Like,
it's such a shit word with shitty connotations.
What about like solo?
I don't want to be my Someone said to me, so you're single now?
Oh!
The way to let go, I think, is to realise that you deserve better.
Yeah.
And you deserve someone that is going to love you how you want to be loved. And like, knowing that there is someone out there that does think you're amazing and does think you are the world. Like, I realised in my whole relationship, my boyfriend never called me beautiful.
That's madness.
He's called me pretty in the past, but that's like, I feel like pretty, that's like a throwaway comment. But like, when you really passionately are attracted to someone, you say they're beautiful.
Definitely.
Like, you're beautiful.
My partner says that to me.
Exactly.
You'll like stop and stare and you just went, you're so beautiful. And I'm
and
like,
you need that. You need that person. There's so many people in this world. There will be someone else.
yeah. Whether you believe in like fate,
Yeah.
this is like, you know, that relationship will be the practice for the real one in the future. Or if you believe in science,
Yeah.
statistically, there will be someone out there for you. Mathematically, there is another one of your partner, but a better version of them out there walking around now. You just got to go fucking find them.
Yeah, it's hard to believe though.
I mean, there's 7 billion people out there. It will happen.
Someone like me, please. Trust that your future is going to be okay.
Yes.
And it will, even though I'm finding it hard to realise right now, but I'm giving myself these tips right now. Trust that your future is going to be okay.
And there's so much like social pressure as well that's making, I mean, you maybe even feel okay that life is telling you, yeah, but you should be having kids soon and you should be getting married and all of our friends are getting married.
And my
shit.
plans, they were all...
Fucking hell, us women, we plan so much and it's so devastating.
Yeah, I love planning my future.
Yeah, which is
like every
dangerous.
single moment I can, I'm like, ooh, and that could happen, and that could happen. Ooh,
Yeah.
we could do that, and then we could do that. I'm in the future.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, being present is probably better than constantly catering for the future or the
True.
past. But then,
Fuck the past.
yeah, fuck the past.
Never live in the past. That's another good point. Do not live in the past.
Oh my days, yeah. But that's when you know, if you're living the past, your mental health needs to be rechecked.
I actually watched a TED talk and it was talking about heartbreak being like an addiction. Apparently heartbreak feels the same as a withdrawal from like a drug addiction.
Yeah.
Cry.
Yeah, it's
Please
very
cry.
therapeutic. Crying, as much as it makes us feel like vulnerable and out of control and it's a feeling that we're not used to, it's the best way to get your emotions out there and to really start to process the information and just like having an emotional flush.
I'm glad that I had that like hysterical, sobbing, crying moment because I needed that.
Yeah.
And I needed him to see me that vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know why.
If you needed it, you needed it. So you will find whatever you need if you are willing. It is about putting yourself out there. And it's that stupid quote that I always hear where it's like, you accept the love that you think you deserve. And it's like, you've
So
got to...
true though.
It's so true. And you really have to, you know, learn to love your... Oh, God. If you can't love yourself, how the hell is anybody else? Somebody else. Oh, fuck. But it's so true. It's like you need to find that love deep down. Yeah, put yourself out there and be ready to explore.
You do, because if you break up with someone, you're just sitting at home and you don't want to go out, you don't want to go and meet people, like how are you gonna move on? Really,
it's not possible.
And everyone always says the best way to get over someone is to get onto someone.
Yeah, you know what, you have to make that own decision. We can't tell you what to do. It's like your body, your mind, you know whether it's going to be good for you or bad for you.
I'm just so frustrated now though, like sexually.
Yeah,
I am bored of masturbation.
like I need more.
I am so bored of self-love. A really good thing that I did on the second day after our breakup, when I was really feeling like, what the fuck are we doing? I wrote down a list of the reasons why it was a good idea that we were breaking up.
Absolutely.
And like, it could be like really small things. I was just like adding every single thing that wasn't right in the relationship and reading them over and just being like, okay, yeah, there's some good...
Did you handwrite them?
Yeah, handwritten.
Don't put them in your phone, don't write them on laptop, handwrite that shit.
Handwritten. You're like, fuck, there was things wrong in the relationship. Like right now I think I'm going through a little bit of a weird manic phase where I'm just like, the other day my friend came over and I was like, hey, and like my smile was like this. I was like, hi, I'm fine.
And people don't know how to react that way, so they're like, are you fine? What the fuck?
Okay, so my top tips: talking to friends, hanging out with friends, doing things, don't stop doing things, but then also going back on that a little bit, give yourself like a couple of days to recover, and like be by yourself and think and accept your situation. 2, go home. I think if you can, go and stay with your parents
or a close friend.
And most importantly, don't feel bad about crying, and not try and cry, but don't stop it. Don't ever stop yourself from crying, because bottling in emotions is the worst thing you can do.
That goes for all genders. So guys, if you need to cry too, you fucking cry.
Yeah, this video has been epically long, but I hope you understand why.
Yeah, we will be coming back to this video because Florence is going to go through a new chapter in her life and explore loads of new and exciting things.
Right now I'm in manic get over stage.
Yeah, that's just been crazy. Literally the first thing she said to me was like, we're going on holiday. We're going to go on holiday right now.
Yeah.
It's like, you need stuff to look forward to.
Yeah, but if you're going through the same thing, please comment below and I will be really responsive on my DMs as much as possible and on the YouTube comments, and we will get through this together. But if you found this video helpful, if you want to support me, if you're with me on my journey, please like it.
Share it as well to anyone you think might benefit from this advice.
Yeah.
Watch out, world!
Watch out! So you girls in town, look up your sons.
Oh my days. Okay.
Please go and listen to our podcast as well.
Yeah.
Fucks Given. It's on Spotify, Apple, Acast, everywhere. And subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't know why you're not subscribed. Join the Curious Fuckers Club.
Yeah, baby.
We are going to have our own t-shirt.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be like around Christmas, maybe afterwards, hoping for Christmas. So yeah, you can have our t-shirts and enjoy and be part of the Curious.
Fillers.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.